Well, hello, all the people. Let's do our payout in our downtime and so forth. See what
Yeah.
mischief we can get into that isn't healing ourselves, which is like 90% of what we'll have to do. So,
Um. So important question:
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
do you give Raffaello the heart?
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's what Rubik's entire thing was.
yeah,
is
Rubik's
like,
was keeping it for me so that I didn't keep it like an idiot.
Okay, great. I just wanted to confirm. I just wanted to give you that opportunity.
Thorn would have kept it for sure. She would have like hugged it and never let it go.
Hmm. Okay.
Kotar artifacts. That's not significant.
So you are going to get. And here, let's go to the.
7,000 coin.
That's a
So you get
lot.
one rep because it was against a tier 1
Sweet.
organization.
Putting that in the sheet now.
And I think it's a 6 coin score.
cool.
So it's 3 in the vault, 1 for each of us.
Um.
I put it in the vault.
All right, and heat. Heat is important. So, we'll call it contained because it happened in the middle of the night in a weird part of town. So starting at 2 heat, 1 heat for they were not a high profile or well connected target. It wasn't on hostile turf. You're not at war with another faction. Killing was not involved.
Strangely.
Very nearly was.
I would be surprised if some of them didn't die.
Yeah, but they're not dead.
We didn't kill them. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, regardless, bodies, and it says this in the rules too. It says whether the crew did the killing or not, bodies draw attention. So if people died, that's what matters. Just because there's more scrutiny around it. if they're
Yeah.
dead. And you know what? Actually, Oriana's fucking dead. So yeah, it's a 4 heat job.
Damn.
Okay.
You left her in the street.
Yeah, she
and
was bleeding out through her face. Like,
She was not in the recovery position, and basically Birch just like hulked out and
yeah.
killed her in one blow. 'Cause he's a bad
Oh.
person.
If only Melvir had been there to save her.
I mean,
What a monster.
he's real busy helping other people, so you know. But still, 4 heat. That's not so bad.
No, that's pretty.
Back
okay.
in my day when I was in the Firebirds, we did it only.
Clear 11 heat
score.
easy.
Okay, and our wanted level is at 2.
Okay.
So
Did we just bump up or?
nope,
Oh, okay. I'm taking
No, we
4
are
hit.
at 2.
you're at 2
We're
wanted
4
level with 4 heat. So please roll entanglements.
Certainly.
We're on the 4 to 5 range,
Do it.
and y'all still have slippery. So roll twice and keep the one you want.
Okay. How many? I'm rolling 2 dice. You said.
What do you roll?
You roll your wanted level and you use the table based on your heat. I think.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're rolling 2 dice then.
Okay.
Right. Yes, that is absolutely correct.
A
And
1 and a
another
4.
Yep. Working on it.
I need it now, Sean. Now.
Sean. So 4 or 3?
Yeah. Well,
I assume
4
you
is
guys
in-
went with 3.
Yeah. Let's go with the less bad one.
Assuming it's left bad. I don't know how that goes down.
Yeah, higher rolls are more problem.
Our worserer.
So, but 4 and 5 is so much fun. Unquiet Dead.
No.
There's plenty of that.
Yeah. It'll be time enough.
So 1 to 3 means gang trouble or questioning.
Gang trouble.
Well, I get to choose.
Yeah. Questioning Thorn would be a fun time.
Well, I'm gonna roll this 6-sided die.
Mm-hmm.
1 to 2, it's Sean.
Your real dice.
3 to 4, it's Elf, and 5 or 6, it's Jacob. I rolled a 5.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
So Rubik's, where do you like eat lunch?
Oh, like the shadiest bar that you could ever imagine. Like,
But not your
It's a-
hideout, which is the
no,
shady
not
part.
no. But okay, that's fair. I'll
Rubik,
give you that.
Rubik's eats bad
it's-
pub food for
The
lunch.
the Capture Me Cafe.
It's not
Okay,
even that.
so-
Like, it's attached to like this shady tavern, and he always goes there for like lunch.
And is this in which district is this in?
Oh man, I have to pull that. Pick one.
Okay, well, let's say you found a spot, you found a dive in the docks now that your hideout is there.
Okay.
And it's called the Devil's Tooth. And I'm gonna make note of
The
this.
Devil's Tooth.
At the Devil's Tooth.
Might as well call it the summon things and kill me in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think Rubik's is always there?
Rubik's eats lunch here. Okay, so and it's got like a long table kind of setup, and so you're plopped down with your like eel soup and like mushroom biscuits.
Yeah, those things like seem like things you would eat.
Those are
On a regular
delicious.
basis?
I would eat those.
Because yeah, food in Duskwall is weird because there's no sunlight.
Yeah.
So there's lots of like mushrooms and seafood and stuff. And a man sits down next to you, whom you recognize because you stole his ID at one point and pretended to be him. It's not.
But does he know that I've done that yet?
Oh, yeah, he knows everything. And so he just like sits down next to you and starts eating, and it like, like he does it so casually that it takes like a beat for you to recognize and to like notice him and recognize who he is. Because there's like lots of people.
I think it's even better than that. I think Rubik's knows, but Rubik's also knows what he wants to do to the man. So it's this like awkward silence where he's just like, not going to cause a scene. Not going to do it. You are responsible for something.
Yeah,
I
and you
am
like
angry
you look
about
around the bar, and there's like another inspector sitting at another table, and a blue coat here, and there, like you start picking out and being like, "Oh, I am entrapped here. I see. Excellent."
Yeah.
And Pritchard is just like, "Hello, old friend."
I don't think we've ever met. Have we?
Well, I know all about you. I know a lot about you for someone I've never met.
Oh, and I know a lot about you, my friend. What is it that you want by interrupting my lunch?
And he like looks over and he's like, "No one kicked your bowl away. Eat, please. Don't let me stop you."
Luckily for you. And he just like keeps eating. Like Rubik's isn't playing his game at all. It's just like, say something or get off the pot.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Now, we executed your friend Crow." What's Crow's actual name again?
Lizette Dalmore.
Yeah, so sorry. He says, we executed your friend Lizette. Miss Dalmore.
Oh,
Yours, Crow.
I'm fully aware.
Yes,
I
she took your
watched.
fall. I just want you to know that she didn't cave at any point. Held up her end of things.
Loyalty is such a wonderful thing, isn't it?
The one thing I don't understand about you is how you inspire it in people.
It's a mix of things. You simple types wouldn't get it. And he just like sips loudly from the spoon too, like to really drive that point home.
Yeah. Can I get you to just roll your lowest resistance? So you can just like roll your vice essentially for me.
Yeah, for sure. I'll roll you insight.
And essentially this is our like fortune roll to see how much you like inadvertently let slip. So okay, your choice is 2 coin or 2 heat for the crew.
What are we sitting at for heat?
You're currently
4.
4
We can take
And
2
we
more heat.
and we bump up at 10,
at 9.
at 9.
So you'll be within 3.
The other two, like Elf and Hyena, are you guys cool with taking more heat?
That's all right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, then we'll do that.
And so yeah, like by means of like just being really annoying, like his interrogation style is just to be really irritating and to like keep like talking in circles. And I think like despite your best efforts, you let a couple little things slip.
Can
But, like,
I
where
add?
you
Can I
can-
add something?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so this is how we get heat. By the way,
Oh, excellent.
so
Sing like a
like-
canary.
no, it's not that. He gets us in trouble. So I'd imagine like Pritchard like just jabs one last thing as like, oh, she was such a good person too.
Does he have her cane? That would be great.
Yeah, he's walking around with her cane and you recognize it. And also,
Perfect.
yeah,
You know what?
hammering
That's
this
enough.
topic,
That's
right?
enough. Like he like has the cane, and Rubik's takes him by the back of the head, smashes his face into the table, takes the cane, and before everyone can react, like the uproar of the entire tavern just happens, and he slips between like into the crowd, and he's just gone before they can do anything more.
Nice.
Okay, great. Yeah, okay. Richard loves you. Excuse me a moment. I have some clocks to advance. It was fine.
Excuse me a moment.
Just
Like-
secret stuff.
Nah,
Secret tunnel.
Yeah.
that comes up like every stream.
It does.
Marcus Pritchard is gonna find a
the
secret
theme
tunnel
song.
through the judiciary.
Through
Aw,
judiciary.
perfect. Oh, this
okay,
just ties in so well with what we wanted to do at the end of last session.
Oh boy.
Does it?
please begin your downtime activities, my friends.
Thank you. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on a long-term project. I have some friends. Their names are all the names of the people that I'm trying to convert right now. Who I don't remember their names. Hang on.
Cara, Moreland, Frog, and Ogre.
Those ones, yes. Who I'm going to keep working on with some sweet words of wisdom from the mouth of Thorn. Crazy fucking Thorn. So I'm gonna sway, I think, on our lovely
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, you're just trying to like convince them to
4.
be cool cult buddies.
Is that 2
Great.
pieces?
Get another 2 pips. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do it a second time. I'm gonna spend lots of time with our friends.
Do you have any trauma?
Oh, I do, yeah.
Mm.
But I also have a coin.
You need to indulge your vice or.
So what I'll
take
do
stress.
is I'll indulge in my vice. I'll indulge in my vice now. I'll go to see the hooded proprietor. And does anybody want to come with me to my vice? Is any members of the party particularly interested in seeing where Thorn goes when she goes to have fun by herself?
I'm
I
good.
mean, Ivan would still go.
Yeah, but he's not here.
Yeah. So, no.
Aw. Okay.
I mean, if you want to be able to like take an extra die for your vice, then like yeah, Ivan can come along. That's fine with me. Like he's still a person that exists.
Yeah, like Ivan is still like fascinated by what's going on.
And yeah, like all your other characters who are like part of the crew but aren't being played right now, they're still like
Still like doing stuff, yeah.
still around, right? So yeah.
Gotta
Well,
get some more of that. Gotta get some more of that seawater tea. That's with Ivan at some point. But yeah, okay. So Ivan will come with me to the Hooded Proprietor.
Yeah, and so he like comes along, notebook tucked under his arm, and like, oh, this will be,
This is going to be fantastic.
For a second go around.
because yeah, he's the protagonist in an H.P. Lovecraft story.
Oh, he absolutely
like
is.
that's
Like,
Ivan,
that is 100% Ivan.
guy who later gets eaten by a fishman from Innsmouth or whatever. That's Ivan.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, well, go ahead and roll.
I'm doing it.
All right, so you overindulge.
Yeah, I do.
What does that look like?
That looks like a. That looks like Thorn maybe not coming out for like a day or two. You know? Like that room is occupied for a lot longer than it should be. And you wonder how she's still alive. You know? Like
He's been lying face down in a pool of water for a day and a half.
yeah.
Does that mean you're going to be lost, or
No, I don't want to be lost.
are you going to get cut off? Sorry, your options are attract trouble, big talk, lost, or tapped. And tapped is that your vice purveyor cuts you off.
Oh no, not the Hooded Proprietor. You can't cut me off. I need this.
All right, then if you don't want to get lost, your options are attract trouble, which is roll an entanglement, or big talk. The crew takes an extra 2 heat.
More heat is bad.
And you're at 6 right now, yeah. 2 more heat would put you at 8 out of 9.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna attract trouble somehow.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me up an entanglement.
I will. This is just a fortune roll, right?
It's a fortune roll with 2 dice.
Okay. Oh, it should be another die.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll another
And
d6.
we're on the 6 plus
5.
table now.
Okay, so a 1 and a 5 on the 6 plus table, which means it's a 5. Reprisals or unquiet dead. No. Demonic notice or show of force.
oh no.
Jeez.
Thorn's been basically dead for like a day and a half, lying face down in water. That sounds like some demonic notice to me.
I mean, that seems very appropriate. And that's who's actually gonna I can't think of any other factions that hate you who would give a shit about Thorns.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like,
So
like narratively it makes sense.
So yeah, it's like you go face down into the water and expect to go into the like dark place of solitude and emptiness, and instead you like find yourself floating in like
Somewhere
it's clearly that you're like in the ocean, like you're underwater, like there's the little like tufts of
very
algae
deep
or whatever,
and
like,
dark.
floating
Yeah.
around, and there's the stars, deep down below you. And like you see Satara like come up out of the depths you're in this like shaft of light in the middle of this like inky black ocean.
Just like
And-
everywhere I look.
And yeah, you see her like as you saw her in your hideout, she like floats into view, but like just behind her you can see this like long like tentacle thing, this like appendage coming out of her back
Hmm.
into the murk beyond, like something's holding her up,
Yeah.
and she's like kind
Yeah.
of floating
Like
there.
a lure almost. Yeah.
Yeah, think anglerfish,
Yeah.
and she's the light on the anglerfish.
And I mean, upon seeing, Satara, the Thorn's reaction is like quite, it's that religious sort of reverence,
How do you prostrate yourself while underwater? It's a complicated thing because you're like floating.
am I like fully
You're like,
am I like fully submerged? Like
Yeah, like you're, like a mile down
Like
under the ocean,
standing on the bottom, or
like floating in the middle of this completely formless expanse of black water.
yeah, I mean, I don't know
It's
how
like
I would do it. I just think it's one of those things where it's like you're underwater, so there's not really much you can do because like you can go like this,
yeah,
and
and you
like
just like
put your hands up like in front of your face as if don't want to look upon
so
such
you like go to bow and
wonderfulness.
you just start like spinning as if in
Yeah,
zero gravity. You're just like rotating forward, and you get this weird view of her like passing by as you're spinning.
that like strange vertigo of being upside down in the water. Like,
Yeah, and you like can't seem to right yourself, and it's like really disorienting. And she just starts talking at you. She's like, "We are very disappointed with your failing to acquire that thing that you so surely deserve, letting this man tell you what to do, denying your power."
and she tries to speak like in response, but she like basically swallows a lung full of water.
Yeah, it's just like
She
bubbles
speak
come out of
she
your
like
mouth.
she like tries
Yeah.
to speak without even thinking, and just like yeah, just bubbles and like
Yeah, you
kinda-
experience the sensation of drowning, but you
Yeah.
don't drown, but you just feel like you're drowning for a very long time.
yeah,
Um,
poor Thorn.
and God, what is her dark offer going to be?
Put you in these bad situations, don't I?
It's really difficult because
Thorn's such a crazy.
she wants you to Satara wants you to be in charge of the gang, basically.
Hmm.
She feels that that would be appropriate because that means that, by the, transitive property, she's in charge of the gang,
Uh-huh.
which is always what she wants. She just wants to be in control of everything. And I
Tara
think
doesn't
like
know how people work.
during this conversation, like her tentacles are just like slipping up like around your legs and just
Mhm.
like grabbing hold of you and like grabbing your arms, and she just like holds you in front of her. And she's just like, they'll send you for more of these things. They're trying to take pieces of him and put him back together. They have one now, since you gave it up so easily. The others you must keep, and the heart you must reclaim. Do this, and I can offer you a great deal. It will open doors for all of us. Do this for me.
Thorn is just like staring, like eyes wide underwater, like her hair sort of floating up, the way. And she just like nods and tries to communicate her will back in this very compromising situation she finds herself in.
We can only be so patient. And if you fail in this, you must offer yourself up instead.
Just choking bubbles.
And I think like the camera starts pulling back, and we just see like below Thorn. She doesn't see it, but there's this like enormous maw like coming up, and it's like clear that she's the little dongle on this like incredibly, monolithically sized like anglerfish squid thing. It's just like just underneath you, and you never look down to see it, but the camera is just like, yep, it's there. And then we cut. Cool.
That's the like finally waking up face down in the hooded proprietors.
Yeah, and you're just like screaming into this pool of water that you're suspended in, like feeling this incredible visceral terror. So you either accept the bargain or hide until it loses interest, which requires that you forfeit 3 rep, or you deal with it another way.
I think Thorn has to accept. Like Thorn wouldn't do anything else for Satara. Like Satara asks something of her, Thorn, yeah, she does it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just like throw another pip on this debt to Satara clock.
No, it's our clock.
And you better follow through soon, or we're gonna have problems. Great. So that's your vice roll.
Yep.
Would you like to do anything else when you're done?
I'm gonna pay my coin to take another shot at Morland, Carol, Frog, and Ogre.
Okay, cool. The
And
foreman
and,
is-
and Bricks. Hopefully, I'd like to talk to Bricks. I think that would
Oh
be
yeah,
a fun.
yeah. Like this
fun
extends
discussion.
beyond those four people. Those are just like the seed from which this
No,
beautiful.
no. I mean, I know, but it's one of those things where it's like that. That's a
Oh, don't
person
worry,
I want
don't
to
worry.
include.
Bricks is on the list. I already have him in the cult category.
Okay, cool.
All you gotta do is finish that clock.
Off the list.
There we go. Done. It's finished.
Okay, yeah. So you spend time like going around finding people, talking to them, getting things organized.
She is fully motivated now. Certainly.
So we're gonna add a cohort to your crew, and they are a cohort of cultists,
Cultists.
or sorry, adepts. They are adepts.
Adepts. Yeah.
They are quality 1. Can things be quality 0?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I know. Actually, these are quality 0 adepts.
Can they be quality 0?
Yeah, they would when they roll their quality, they roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, this is like you're scraping the bottom here.
It's
but you
true. I am, yeah.
it was pretty easily acquired as far as all that goes. So yeah, you have some quality 0 adepts. There are a dozen of them. They include Morland, Caro, Frog and Ogre, and Bricks, and 7 others.
Sleepy, happy, dopey.
And yeah, so you guys are able to like meet regularly, give praise to Satara. They set up a little space in your hideout as like an altar, and it's like this like basin of seawater with like fish guts floating in it that gets like updated with more fish guts regularly.
Good. Good. Lovely. Fantastic.
Yeah, so there's this like briny, rotting smell in the corner with this altar, and it has like her symbol like smeared into the wall in like eel entrails. And yeah, it's this like cast iron pot, like cauldron-y thing, this like small cauldron with like fish guts bobbing in it in the pitch black seawater.
I imagine Thorn and Rubik's have a conversation that goes something like, "What the fuck?" And then Thorn being like, No, it's cool. They work for us now. It's fine."
And if you want to be able to do more with the cult, you could start learning a ritual.
Cool.
Want to do that? And your cult can help you learn rituals and stuff like that.
I don't have enough coin or actions left, so I'm done for now.
Okay, well, why don't I mean, what you should do is you should start an 8-count clock called Rituals to Satara,
Okay.
and the cult is going to do that on its own. We need to come up with some qualities for the adepts as well.
Oh, right.
Use for them. But if they're independent, they could like be doing this on their own time and like helping work on your projects. Because they are definitely motivated to do so.
So what are our options for their qualities again?
Yeah, what are their edges that they can have? Sorry, I don't remember this part.
Neither do I. Yeah. I'll add them as a cohort in the Firebirds.
All right, Andrew, you and I need to go through the rule book and like copy page numbers down and put them into a file.
This is a thing. I'm
Oh,
always like, I know all the rules I need to know, and it's like,
yeah. Oh no, I actually don't. I do that too.
Yeah, so they get two edges and they get a number of edges equal to their quality usually. We'll give them one edge and they'll get two flaws.
Okay.
How we'll do it. And just describe to me the way that you want this cult to be. And I will note it.
I mean, they seem like you said, they're sort of bottom of the barrel, right? Like these are like beggars who, people who were squatting here before we showed up, mostly.
So they're like desperate.
Yeah, I would say like something like that. Like they believe because it is like the most hopeful thing that they could be a part of, basically.
Yeah, is that they could give their lives over to a weird sea demon.
Makes them important in some way.
Yeah, part of something bigger. Excellent. What's good about them?
What's good about them?
They're loyal. They can't.
I mean, they're loyal to Satara.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, which is
What's good about them?
which is a very different thing.
Like, what about like motivated or something? Like, I don't know what my options are.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, how would you just describe them without thinking of like tags, and we'll figure out something that fits.
Oh, just try that. I almost imagine them as being independent. Definitely, like working on their own.
Like they have a life outside.
Like
of the
they kind
crew.
of do their own thing, yeah. And
Yeah.
like when I call upon them, they might do something, but otherwise they kind of like have their own shit.
Okay, well, going off of tags, I remember there's unreliable and independent.
Yeah, you're looking at page 96 in the PDF by the numbering, page 104 by like the digital numbering.
Okay. Great, thank you. Okay, cool. Yes. So adepts, scholars, tinkerers, occultists. Yes, they are occultists. So they could be fearsome, independent, loyal, or tenacious. They could be principled, savage, unreliable, or wild. I feel like they are either savage or you could put principled.
I like savage. I like to think they're savage because I was almost shanked by them.
Yes. Yeah, and it's like excessively violent and cruel is what savage means, and this is like in a way that is in line with being a cult. So like
Yeah.
they will do human sacrifices.
They're 100% happy to do that. Yeah, exactly.
And then they're unreliable, so they aren't always available due to other obligations, stupefaction from their vices, etc. So they're busy, they're being a cult. Tara.
Yeah.
But they are independent, so they can be trusted to make good decisions and act on their own initiative in the absence of direct orders. So they are going to like do stuff.
So they're savage, unreliable, and independent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Sounds good to me.
We got there. Yeah, and so they will make a fortune roll at 0 die to develop rituals.
Okay.
You can contribute with rolls as well towards that if you want to like study or whatever.
Do you want me to roll that?
But definitely roll that right now,
Okay.
because this is something that they would want to be doing because they want to pay homage to Satara. Oh, so you get 1 pip,
Okay.
but it's a start.
Yay. What are other people doing in their downtime? I know I've monopolized the shit out of this, but
I would like to take Rubik's and go to the fighting pits.
Already.
Oh.
Or are we gonna have a little round?
Is it dude's night out?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Okay.
And yeah, basically I'm in Grist's office and I'm just like, are we okay?
Are you done being a creepy fuckboy? And she
like
puts out her cigarette and her
like
now.
the moment she says that, like Rubik's just stares at her.
I see you've made a creepy fuckboy friend.
Creepy fuckboy friend here has a name and requires respect.
Oh, Rubik's, this is Grist, this is Rubik's. We go back.
Look, Birch, you're welcome here. You're one of my worst customers, but Just, don't go out there trying to get yourself killed. Everyone likes to, get a little scuffed up. That's fine. Just, I can't have people dying in here. I can't have the spirit wardens coming in here. I can't have the crows circling my fucking fighting pits.
Okay. All right. Put me in.
Yeah, and she kind of shoves you to one of the cages, out the door and then down into one of the cages. I assume that Rubik's is here to bet against you.
Oh
Yeah.
It's even better than that. He bets against him and then goes into the other cage.
Great. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your dice.
Sure.
You're a bunch of horrible animals, all of you.
Hey, yeah, Rubik's has to train somehow, right?
I guess.
This is where he does his recruiting.
Great.
I overindulge.
Sure you do.
Oh wait.
You rolled 2 6s.
Yeah.
How much stress do you have?
I have 5. I should have clicked indulge vice, but it's the same
It's the
result
same
either way.
roll, right?
Yeah.
We'll let that ride.
Oh.
What fallout from that would you like? You can you can brag, you can be lost, you can
Roll additional
get an
entanglement.
additional entanglement, or
I can get
Get
cut
cut
off. No, we're not. I think we're gonna brag. I don't know that we brag so much as Rubik's and I are in there for a while, and I think word gets back to people about our whereabouts and our associations.
yeah, totally. You're both seen there. You're both seen there together.
Yeah.
Implicates you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Your crew is at 8 out of 9 heat.
Cool.
Oh no.
And
I'm
yeah.
going to remind you that the reduce heat action exists.
Yes,
and,
I'm about to do that.
and that you jerks have gambling dens, which currently are rolling your tier minus heat, which means they're rolling 1 die minus 8.
Oh, should they have done that at the beginning, or when did they do that?
It's in downtime, so you can do it at the
Yeah.
end or the
Okay.
beginning.
Okay.
But maybe you reduce your heat a bunch and then roll for that, and it'll give you coin back.
Yeah. So
Or you'll
yeah,
roll ones and get nothing. Who knows?
and as Rubik's is pounding the shit out of me, I'm just what are we gonna do about Thorn?
Oh. He just clocks you in the face
Yes.
way too hard. If she becomes a problem and swings again and hits the other chin, then we will deal with it until she isn't a problem and kicks out your knee.
Well, while you do, yeah, he rams into you and crashes you to the ground with his shoulder. Because he puts up a fight. He doesn't just stand there and get the tar kicked out of him for nothing. But
Yeah, this is the entire fight going on.
yeah,
It's
Then
the only way that
even-
you two can talk about your feelings together.
Yeah,
it's-
essentially.
So manly.
we either kill her or we get the spirit wardens involved and headbutts him as he's on the ground.
I grab you as I'm falling down, and I'm just I'm working on that. Or I'm working on a solution.
Good.
I'll need time, and then I think we can go from there. I'm going to reduce heat. Speaking of the spirit wardens, I'm going to go to Crow's Nest, and I'm going to stir up some shit in the ghost field to get their attention over there instead of on us.
Okay, you get an extra die because the crew is slippery.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I get 2 dice then.
So slippery.
And are you using
A
are you doing
tune.
this with a tune?
Yeah, I'm doing this with the tune.
Cool. So diversionary tactics.
4s. We clear 2 heat, right? I think that's
Yeah,
how
2
it
heat.
works. All right, cool.
And just to add a little color to that scene, you're
Yeah.
out there messing around with the ghost field, and as you're walking back towards the docks,
Mm-hmm.
this very tall, dark-skinned woman with an axe just like puts out a hand and stops you, like just like catches you on your chest, just like Birch. Birch, is that you?
The minute
And when she speaks, she has two voices.
Yeah.
Talking in chorus.
Cross. Nice
You're
night
staying out of
first.
trouble.
You're still going out for your strolls.
Ugh, well, and she like points in the direction that you're coming from, like something in the towers over that way.
And he looks at her, and there's like genuine sincerity to what he, when he looks at her, but he's just like, be safe out there.
Well, hopefully our paths don't cross again soon. Anytime I see you, it's always trouble. And she like winks at you and then pulls her mask down, and it's this like intricate brass thing with this like really impassive but alien looking face on it with 4 eyes. It's got,
Okay.
like, 2 eyes and like 2 eyes. And then she speaks again with the mask on, and it's like her 2 voices are then even further distorted.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, next time I see you, I won't be smiling. And she like walks off.
Yeah, and I think he stands there and watches her go for a minute, and then he like just turns and heads off back to the docks.
Great.
Okay. I got some plans here. And I've been excited to do this for about a week. But we have some build up to do to it.
Oh, goodness.
So the first thing is I'm going to either indulge my vice in the future or the past. Depends if we overindulge here. But he's doing this by himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you have a new purveyor as well, right? Which is
But he's taken this and he's gone to the old Crow's Tower at this point, and is kind of sitting on the rooftops that looked over that square.
Yep.
Like almost exactly where he fought. What's his name?
Arquo?
Nope, not Arquo.
Basho Baz?
No.
No, the guy that you pinned a bunch of stuff on.
Yeah.
Jaren.
Jaren. Oh, right.
Like he's sitting like almost exactly there. Perfect.
And you're sitting there, and like you notice that the district has changed a lot. Like there's been tons of new construction in the area, and like a kind of the city has been trying to like revitalize Crowsfoot. And so where the Crow's Nest had been this like wreck of a tower that was left over from when you guys blew it up.
Yeah.
There's now like this big public fountain.
Yeah.
That's like recently built. And already someone's like thrown paint on it and a bunch of other stuff. But and it's like covered in
Perfect.
But yeah, there's this like fountain down there now, and it's this like public square, and they've built some of the like initial groundwork for there to be like an open market here.
Okay. So Rubik's actually would have kept Lisette's vigil going still.
Okay. Yeah,
At
so
this
now the
point.
candles are like along the lip of this fountain.
Yeah. And like I imagine the fountain already has like graffiti on it.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, surely.
Yeah. And like he comes down and walks down to the fountain, and I imagine it's like another one of his informants or one of his other like cohorts that he talks to all the time. Just like, anyone desecrates this vigil, let me know. Track them.
And yeah, this is like someone else who used to be in the Crows, who you've had some dealings with. Their name is Brenna,
Okay.
and they're like, I don't know, some kind of like gender fluid Akarosi person. They're
Perfect.
like androgynous looking. And that's part of why, they're in the underbelly, because they are not like because they're queer, variously queer, and that's not okay in the society, so they have to be
Yeah.
a criminal. But they're a little bit more soft-hearted, so they do a lot of like courier work and that kind of stuff. Like they're not a violent person themselves,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
they definitely know lots of violent people, and so they just like nod and they're like, oh, I'll get some of the toughs to give them a visit. Don't you worry.
Good. And Rubik's puts down Lisette's cane at the vigil.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah, and
And-
they look. Yeah, Brenna looks and like recognizes it and just nods, like one of the good ones.
Yes. I don't know why she did what she did, but I made promises to myself that she would rebuild the crows in the way Rourke saw them, not that bitch Lissa.
Yeah, and they nod like,
Bitch,
Oh.
Lissa was her friend.
no love
Gee.
lost between Lissa and anyone,
She's dead now. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
and everyone dies eventually.
But it was before hers. Loyalty like this is impressive.
Lissa understood, or not Lissa, Lizette. Damn it, your names are too close.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, it's my fault.
Lizette understood.
I know. It's why she should have led after Rourke.
Yeah, and they kind of chuckle and like shrug.
Yes.
I wouldn't know what to do with justice in this world.
It is what it is. Keep me informed.
Yeah, and they like spit over their shoulder into the fountain and like cross their arms and are just like leaned up against it next to this little. There's like a little like box with a little
Yeah.
roof on it and these little like candles in it. The candles are all black, obviously. This is for
Yeah.
the crows. And like someone's mom from around the way who was a crow who like died in that thing, like totters up with a cane and like hands Brenna a couple like silver coins, and Brenna like lights another candle and like nods at the old lady. And yeah, as you're like walking off, you just see this little exchange happen.
Cool. So, what was the organization now that Lisette followed?
The House of the Weeping Lady.
Cool. So, this is part 2 now
Okay.
of what I've wanted to do. I am going to take 4 coin out of my stash.
Jeez.
I'm also going to take a
You're
coin
gonna make 4 coin worth of coin, or you're gonna take 4, which gets you
I
2.
gets me 2.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my other coin,
Okay.
and I'm going to leave a sizable donation to that organization.
Okay.
And
Is there a particular purpose that you have in mind for this?
yeah, someone took the fall who wasn't supposed to and surprised Rubik's. He repays loyalty.
But what do we get out of this?
I would imagine that it would make the people of the town happier.
So yeah, either the Weeping Lady itself or the citizens of Crowsfoot are going to like you more.
Yeah.
Let's say the citizens of Crowsfoot, and I'll take you from a -1 to a 1.
Oh, damn.
Because yeah, that's just a rad thing to do. And that's like no one expects that kind of shit to happen in Duskfall. It's like
Yeah.
everyone talks about how it should, but it never does. And so you actually doing it is just like
Yeah, nobody actually does it.
Yeah.
It's in all the papers. Like
Like-
anonymous donation.
no, it's just like it's very much a word on the street kind of
Yeah.
thing. Because it's only resonates within the kind of underbelly. But
Yeah.
Local
Everybody
idiot
posts
donates tons of money.
Florida man.
it's always Florida, man. Okay,
Yeah.
what else do we got?
So I don't know if that counts as an action, It probably does.
Yeah, you know what? Give me a fortune roll at 2 dice.
Okay. Question marks.
Okay. Drop your heat by 2.
Cool.
I think, and this kind of we can play it a bit more abstractly, but basically there's some goodwill in Crowsfoot, and there were still lots of people asking questions, and it's just like when the cops come around or the inspectors come around to like confirm people's stories, their stories are different now and don't include you anymore. and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Cool. Then I will spend whatever remaining actions I have to move our lair back to being hidden.
Okay, so that was it takes a downtime action and some coin, I
It
think.
does take coin.
Are you okay with me spending the cruise coin, guys? To
Yeah, it's
make it
alright.
hidden? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think it's 2 coin and a downtime action to make it
That
happen.
sounds about right. Yeah.
And like it isn't the creepy bar anymore. It's back to another substation that he's holed out into.
So
and
it's just to hide whatever location you're at. So it's still the bar, but just like people don't know that it's your place anymore, and the right people are bribed to keep it hidden. And
It's cleaned up a bit.
yeah, and there's like a cover business in there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the cult shit is down in the cellar, and like,
It's locked in the basement. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a cover-up operation for sure.
I love that. Rubik's is like, Thorn, just get all your people, move all your fucking this shit, put it downstairs in the dank cellar. And Thorn's like, it's wetter down there. Good idea.
Yeah, it's like still partially flooded.
Nice.
Honestly, that's what you want with your altar to Sitara, is that it
Oh,
be
hell
in a-
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
in a sub basement. Great. So yeah, we can put the hidden tag back on your thing. Is there a thing that's like front organization for your like
I don't think
hideout?
so.
I think
I
hidden
think
can probably
different
cover
crews
that.
have it,
Oh,
a cover
maybe.
business or whatever.
But also our rakes could easily like run a
Yeah.
cover business.
oh yeah, no,
right?
Milos is totally the bartender.
Yeah, Milos just opened up a bar.
God,
It's
yeah.
Milos's bar.
I think if there's an ability, it's probably to make it like a viable business, and ours just isn't. Like,
No, it barely manages to like pay for itself.
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's like it's your cover story, and that's what
Yeah.
keeps you hidden. Yeah, totally. The business operates at a loss, and then you just maintain it. Yeah, great. That's awesome. I actually really like that.
Milos the bartender.
Oh, and
And-
Milos loves it too. He loves being a bartender. He gets to be the center of attention. He gets
Fuck
to
yeah.
like wear a nice shirt.
Fuck
you
yeah.
know.
He gets his mustache all waxed like every time.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. He's like, you see him in the like looking at his reflection in the bottom of a glass, being like, this
You know what's even
Yeah, exactly.
this actually explains where a little something comes from.
Oh yeah, there you go. Totally. Rubik's is managing to like cook the books just enough to get something on the side out of it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, last break and then we do a different thing.
Yeah. It's break time. I will see you guys again in just a second. We'll be back with the last hour. Don't go anywhere.